What's going on, everybody? Deacon here, and by the title you can tell that this is my opinion or reaction to the Hurt Bait video. Now, I'm not going to show the clips of the actual video in this video, but instead I left a link in the description below, or you can click on the card up top to check out the video yourself and then come back and watch to hear what I think about it. Now, before I get started, I want to point out a few things that bothered me or I was wondering about the video before I actually talk about what I think about it. And the first thing was, part of me was kind of thinking like, are these actors and this is kind of scripted, like how they were lifting their heads and so on and so forth. Now, that's not neither here nor there, because the message still made the impact that it needed to make, whether these were two people who were really in a relationship at one point in time, or these are just actors acting out a relationship of a story they heard of. That doesn't really matter, but that was something that just crossed my mind. I don't know whether it's been confirmed one way or the other or not, but that was just one thing that was crossing my mind. The other thing that I didn't like about the video, it wasn't necessarily the video itself, but it was the comments to the video. And that was a particular comment that kept saying that she was too pretty or too gorgeous to be cheated on. And I took that two ways. One, I was thinking to myself, so what you saying? If she was what society deems ugly or unattractive, then you deserve to be cheated on? Because in my opinion, nobody deserves to be cheated on. And plus, when you talk about things such as beauty and what we like to say, even though I don't like using this word ugliness, it's subjective. It's all in the eyes of the beholder, however you see that person. Because when I think about attractiveness and I think about beauty, I think it encompasses more than just what the eye sees. It's how you connect with the person, so on and so forth. That's why sometimes you see relationships, you see people that outwardly you're wondering, how can these two be together? But when you see the interaction and the love that they have for one another, you're like, oh, okay. Because you understand that looks only take you but so far. But aside from that, I didn't really have any issue with the video itself, but I did have to watch it 2 times, because the first time I watched it, I had the first initial reaction that you saw a lot of people may have had, and that was after finding out all of these things that he's done, and then the one part where talking about when she came to his room as a girl in the room and he told her to leave, that would have been the final straw, and that's just how she was stupid, she shouldn't have stayed in it, so on and so forth. And I had that initial reaction at first, but then I had to go back and just think to myself, when you're in a situation or relationship with somebody that you're truly in love with them, and this is like your first time experiencing this type of connection with someone, it's not as easy to walk away or to just, be like, I'm done with this person, as it sounds, especially if you feel a certain way about them. You think that they are, a great person, a wonderful person, and then this is just a mistake. And then if they apologize and they sound sincere and really apologetic about it, you're kind of more willing to go back to that person thinking they truly will change because of how you feel with them. It's kind of like saying that if you are deeply in love or strongly connected to somebody, logic and reason can go out the window sometimes. Now, some of the things that he said, it was kind of savage. It was kind of like, man, that was brutal. But another thing I liked about it though, that he was honest, and by him being honest, he helped give her closure. There are so many people where relationships may end abruptly, and the person who was hurt was never able to get closure. And sometimes if you don't get closure, it's kind of hard to move on to another relationship or to be as open and honest with another person, because you're thinking this person might hurt me the same way they did. And because they still have that unresolved issue from their past relationships, they're carrying all that baggage into this new relationship. Where if you have closure, you're still going to be hurt by it, but at least it gives you a time to heal, to understand, and to know what you need to do moving forward and what type of people that you should or should not be dealing with. Which leads to my next point, and something that even though a lot of people didn't like the fact that he said it, to me it was like the ultimate truth. And for the little respect I had for him for a lot of things he was saying and was doing, it gave me that little bit of respect. And that's when he told her that it was absolutely nothing, you didn't do anything wrong, you did everything you were supposed to do, and that no matter what you would have done, you wouldn't have changed. It wouldn't have changed the situation. It wouldn't have changed him. He wasn't ready to commit. And I'm along with most people who say, if you're not ready to commit to somebody, then don't commit to them in a relationship. Don't string people along. Just be single and look for other single people who want the same thing that you want. There's a lot of people out there who feel the same way and want the same thing at that moment in time. Now, of course, it can change, but as for what you're looking for, you'll be able to find it. But I like the fact that he said it, because I want a lot of people to understand that you can't change anybody. Sometimes, and I've seen even recently, that because you may think that you are a good man or a good woman and that the person that you are talking to and you're dating is like, you never met anyone like me before or has been as good to you as I have been, doesn't mean that they're gonna change. The individual has to make that decision on their own of whether or not they want to change. I use even myself in this situation. Before I met my wife, I was the type of guy that would lie in relationships about, and it was about dumb stuff. Like I don't do cheating or anything like that. I'm the type of person that if I'm done with you, I'm done with you. I'm walking away from it before I try to hurt you. But I would lie about dumb things. But when I met Brittany, I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna be 100% honest, and I'm gonna always tell the truth, even if it makes her mad. And that was a conscious decision that I made as an individual, because I was thinking to myself, if I wanna attract certain types of women or women that'll be open and honest with me, I have to do it. And I have to be that. And then if they can't reciprocate that, then I don't need to be bothered with them, because this is who I am and this is what I'm bringing to the table. And if you don't have that mindset, or dealing with somebody that has that mindset, you don't waste your time with them. But unfortunately, some people feel like that because they do so much for somebody, no matter what that thing is, that it's gonna make this person change. And if that person does not want to change, they're not gonna change, no, regardless of what you do. And I respect the fact that he told her that, because there's so many people in situations where they're thinking, oh, if I just push a little bit harder or give this person more time, eventually they're gonna see the light, see how good of a person I am, and see what's gonna happen if they're gonna lose me. Sometimes it's gonna take them losing you for them to finally turn around. I know that sucks, because then you're thinking like the other person's gonna benefit from what I should be getting. But unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes, and that's how life goes sometimes. Because I know I have some exes that wish that the man I am now, that's the man I was while I was with them. But those experiences with them help mold and shape me into who I am today. But there's so many things that I thought about that goes along with this video. And it's just a constant reminder that no matter your age, you know, where you're from, what time period you're born in, that this is a situation and things that people go through. But these are experiences that you have to learn from. And like what I premise my channel on, that I believe that experience is the best teacher, but you don't always have to personally experience it to learn from it. And this is one of those videos as an example from that people hopefully pay attention to the signs of the type of person you're dealing with, and to learn that if you are a type of person that's showing love, affection, appreciation, and respect, that you should demand the same thing in return, regardless of how hard or how much it will hurt to walk away from a person that's not showing you that same level of respect, love, appreciation in return. Point blank, period. But like I said, I'm just gonna end it by saying this, is that, however, for some people, it's a learning experience. There's some people you could tell them, they hear you, they understand, but then there's some of us that we have to learn through experience. There's no other way around it. But that's just my thoughts on it. Tell me what you thought about the video if you watched it, or just to, you know, any comment you wanted to leave in the comment section below, just talking about infidelity, cheating. I'm gonna do a separate video about cheating altogether. So I thought this was interesting because I got two videos I want to talk about with relationships and cheating, but this was fitting. This was a fitting video. So I appreciate everybody who stuck through this entire video. And as always, be wise. And until I see you guys next time, have a great day.